So I am going to show you guys the video of to do the starter. The starter is basically the beginning fermentation process. Um, it has just three ingredients as you see on your list, as the warm milk. Warm milk is to activate the yeast, and the yeast is a package. It'll say, usually they say a package, it means 2¼ teaspoon, and then flour. So this is the starter. It has to rise for at least 2 hours, and then after that, then you proceed with the dough. It combines with the egg dough basically. But in my case, I usually let it ferment for overnight, and then I do the dough the following day. Okay, so first you dissolve the yeast into the warm milk. It's basically warm to the touch. And then I mix it slightly. And then I start adding the flour. This is 1 cup flour. And I usually like doing it in a glass. A lot of recipes will say to do your starter on a non-reactive container. So that would be a glass, not a metal. So I just put it in here, and it's a stiff dough, you'll see. It usually takes about 3 minutes to have that all come together. You mix it until you'll see there's some dry flour left, so you try to combine that. You could also do this on the countertop, but I tend to just do it here so I don't make a mess. And then I just make sure that I combine all the flour. So basically the flour will feed the yeast. Some recipes will say to add sugar to activate your yeast. In this case, there's already the fat from the milk. So it doesn't call for sugar. The sugar will go with the dough, the yellow dough, the egg and butter dough. So yeah, so by the time it's all mixed up, that's about 3 minutes. There you go. And then you'll see it's not a wet starter. Okay. And I don't like wasting anything, so I return that back. And then, so if you guys want to follow me during our demonstration, you should start this 2 hours before the class, or you can do it the night before, but no more than 12 hours. Yes, no more than 12 hours, because your dough will start, the yeast will start dying basically. But again, with yeast, if you add more flour to it, then you basically feed it. That's the term, feeding your starter, feeding your sourdough starter, for example. And that's one of the reasons why I like doing this, keeping it overnight, fermenting overnight, is because I like that little time. If it's just 2 hours, then there's not a lot of fermentation. It's a short fermentation. So the 12 hours or overnight makes it quite lovely. It has an extra flavor to it. I'm being told to smile more. Okay, so then after that you cover it and then you let it rise and put it in a warm spot. It's cold season now, so it takes much longer to let things rise. So that keep that in mind if you only have 2 hours to let something rise. Make sure you keep it in the warmest spot in your kitchen. So I usually just leave it here, and then in the morning I wake up and I remember that I have to do it. Okay, so I should show you guys what it looks like. That's it. See you on Thursday.